Welcome back to Introspective English Hub. What a surprise it would be if a magician entered your life, changing everything with just a wave of his magic stick. But what if such a magician really existed and we never even knew? To meet such a magician, you have to listen to this deeply emotional, thought-provoking story, In Search of a Magician, written by Introspective English Hub. This isn't just about learning English. It's about learning life. When Rabin was 5, his family returned to their native village. Soon, he joined the local school and made a few friends. But most playtimes ended in quarrels and confusion. Every evening, his mother asked,
"What happened today, Rabin?"
He'd shrug, drop his bag, and mumble.
"Nothing, Ma. Just the usual."
He was average in studies, but never in effort. Night after night, he studied hard, dreaming of success, but each result brought the same ache, disappointment. As he grew older, a fog settled in. He'd sit at his desk for hours, lost in thought. His father would say,
"Rabin, if you keep working this hard, you'll be great someday."
But deep down, Rabin feared he might always be just average. Then came college. He hoped it would change everything, new people, new beginnings. But reality was colder than he imagined. He ate lunch alone, walked home alone, laughed alone, at jokes no one else heard. Others had groups, laughter, even love. One day he whispered,
"Do I really need friends?"
And the silence answered him. Yes, he remembered those who gossiped behind his back, who mocked him for things that barely mattered. And he realized they were never friends, only enemies in disguise. When job season arrived, Rabin aimed high, dream companies, dream roles. But rejection followed rejection. Eventually, he took a job, not for passion, but for survival. He worked hard, earned little, yet he still struggled to make ends meet. He tried new things, but failed again and again. Then came marriage, arranged by his parents.
"She's a good girl,"
they said. He smiled and agreed. On the wedding night, amidst songs and celebration, he felt empty, not because she wasn't kind, but because the choice wasn't his. Life blurred. Work stress, household chores, mounting expectations. Each day ended with tired eyes and a heavier heart. All his hopes narrowed down to one dream, his son.
"You'll do what I couldn't."
He whispered at bedtime. He tutored him, bought books, pushed him to try harder. But life had other plans. Despite all efforts, his son's marks were below average. One evening, Rabin sat alone on the balcony, his son's report card beside him. The wind stirred the paper, but not his thoughts.
"Why does this always happen?"
He asked the stars. Tears welled up, not for the marks, but for the lifetime spent chasing something unnamed. Then, something shifted. He stopped being just a tutor and became a friend to his son. They walked together, played, shared stories. Rabin laughed. Not from success, but from connection. He reconnected with old village friends. Faces aged but joyful. They had less, but smiled more.
"Why are they so happy?"
he wondered.
"And why have I never smiled? From the heart."
One Sunday, near the riverbank, he heard music and laughter. A crowd had gathered by a small stage. Curious, Rabin stepped closer. A magician in a bright red coat dazzled the crowd. Scarves flew. Doves appeared. People cheered. Then the magician shouted, "Now, I'll show you a magic that makes everyone happy in just 5 minutes." He waved his hands. Harvey boom. Colors burst into the sky. Children squealed. Adults applauded. And for the first time in years, Rabin laughed. A real, heartfelt laugh. After the show, he walked backstage, heart pounding.
"Excuse me,"
he said.
"Can you do that magic again?"
The magician smiled. "What kind of magic, my friend?" Bean hesitated.
The kind that made me smile. But I don't want 5 minutes of joy. I want happiness. Real happiness. Forever.
The magician stepped closer. I wish I could, he said gently. But no magic in the world can give you that. Rabin looked puzzled.
But you just made everyone laugh.
The magician chuckled. That was illusion, entertainment. That smile came from outside. Robin opened up. His disappointments, loneliness, fears, how enemies weren't strangers, but those closest to him. And sometimes, even himself. The magician nodded. Yes, no enemy ruins your life more than your own mind. External enemies come and go, but you live with yourself every moment you breathe. We become our own harshest critics. We chase dreams outward without listening inward. Real magic happens when you become your own friend, not your own enemy.
But what about earning responsibility?
The magician smiled.
Of course they matter, but why spend your life doing a job you don't even like? Do what you love. Not what the world says you should. Calm the war inside, and the world outside starts to feel peaceful too.
He leaned in, voice soft.
You're the magician you've been searching for. We all are, but we keep looking outside. In money, fame, approval. And after feeling too empty, we chase hollow friends, engage in empty talk, drown in alcohol to silence the noise in our minds. Only to create more noise. And still, we feel hollow. Because happiness isn't out there.
That night, Robin walked home in silence, but his heart was no longer heavy. He looked up at the stars and whispered,
Maybe I was searching for a magician when I was meant to become one.
We often spend our lives chasing a magician in others, in money, in success, in relationships. But the real magician, it lives within us. Be kind to yourself. Follow your passion. And always remember, you are the magician you've been searching for. If this story touched your heart, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Introspective English Hub and share your favorite line in the comments below.